All right, we are in the game. Tacoma, St. Louis. St. Louis hosting the eruption here. The Archers with the man himself, Dan Bongino. Their newer quarterback, Nick Lockett. Weapons, your mom playing host to Action Jackson at running back, and is it Rebecca Montaigne for the Tacoma eruption? Should be a really, really good game here.
Yes, I'm liking this one. This is definitely fitting for the game of the evening that will close us out for week 9. And this is a very, very big playoffs based game that's going to set the tone. Either of these teams could use the win. St. Louis trying to keep their place at the number 2 seed. Well, technically they're trying to get to number 1, but at the current moment, who's beating Charlotte?
Charlotte's.
but
I mean, we almost have to do the math here soon, and determine if Charlotte's clinched it yet. They technically haven't, but they'd have to lose. I think the last 3 games, and St. Louis would have to win their next 3 games just to be close, or just to go close. Just to go to a tiebreaker. So, yeah, Charlotte's 1 win away from clinching the #1 overall seed in the playoffs.
Yes, sir. And then on the other side, Tacoma, you just seen what happened in the last game where Huntington Beach got the win. They need to win today or they fall out of the current playoff seedings.
Absolutely. It's a must win for Tacoma. St. Louis, you can technically afford a loss, in my opinion, but I mean, it's a must win for St. Louis too if they want to keep that 2 seed, because if they keep the 2 seed, then they'll, you know, not. I mean, if they keep the 2 or technically 3 seed, I guess right now in my eyes you do not want the 4 seed if you want to advance the playoffs, because 4 seed means you are playing Charlotte, very likely playing Charlotte. So St. Louis is definitely going to be hungry in this one, and they got the weapons to do it. So speaking of weapons, who's your offensive keys of the game for both Tacoma and St. Louis there?
I'm definitely with Rebecca and her running mate in the receiving game, both Darren Eliason, and also you can't forget about your man Antonio Lewis, currently the #1 tight end in my book, just off of a little bit of everything.
Oh yeah, Lewis is the man.
He's been stellar all season. He's been updating and it's shown each week. It seems like every game he's breaking off a 40, 50-yard catch, and I want to see what they can do. On St. Louis, you can't go wrong with Dan Bongino to start it off.
Not.
That's definitely MVP caliber. He's been that way all season long, and just like Antonio Lewis, like I spoke of, he's been well into his updates, and he's trying to make his way to be the face of the USFA. And at the current moment, I can't rip that title away from him. I can't.
So then, my defensive keys of the game here, players, guys to watch out for. I'd say on Tacoma side, watch out for Chase Gunner, very well-rounded linebacker, and then their INT leader, DJ Sherman. He might get a little active in the passing game here. For the Archers, I'm going to say I want to see some noise out of Dexter Jackson. He's got 4 sacks on the season. See if he can keep that going. And then also he's with Tacoma. My apologies. For St. Louis, you got Billy Bob, Booker Thompson, and Hex Universe, both with 3 sacks apiece. And then also I want to see if on-brand Mold there can add to his INT total. He's got 2 on the season. So I think I'm about ready to kick this game off. If you are, shall we get into it?
Let's go ahead and do it.
All right. Tacoma visiting St. Louis. Here we come. I like that end zone. I like that end zone art. That's pretty dope.
Yes. Can't wait to see. I was bringing it up to Caboose the other day, but it would be cool to have some of our much more technically sound people work on like the jerseys, the end zones, of course the field again. We had the field before, but it kind of got glitched a little bit. So we're going to go ahead and work on that. It's also the left side here for St. Louis's first pass, and that's incomplete. going to be a carry to the left side. No good. It's going to be a gain of 1. It's going to be
got a
Nick
man
Lockett
wide
tossing the
open.
man wide
Your
open.
mom.
That's going to be your mom taking it down the sidelines, and St. Louis is on the board, just like that.
Hey, you know who else is good at catching deep bombs?
Mom.
Your mom.
Goat.
Oh,
St. Louis is on the board. Nice offensive drive to start it off. We already got the fireworks coming.
heck yeah.
The Archer's going to beat them from long range. That's why they're the Archers, you know?
I don't think Bongino even got a touch that last possession. So, St. Louis proving that they don't even need that dude, Bongino.
We shall see about that. I'm not convinced on that. Rebecca's going to toss to the left side. Action Jackson for the first catch of the day for him. It's going to be wiped away thanks to that holding penalty.
Yeah, penalties and turnovers are such killers, especially when the offenses are still kind of working on upgrading themselves.
That's going to be incomplete after that one. At the greatest pass by Rebecca. They're going to try to get some yardage on this one. Also to the right side, there goes Giovanni Walker, wide receiver, close to the 30, and they got 3rd and long coming up.
Got time.
Standing tall in the pocket, tallest, and there's that man Lewis close to the first down marker, but he doesn't quite get it.
Could not fall
and that's going to be a nice tackle there to force the 4th down, and that punt is going into the end zone touchback.
Yeah,
St. Louis is back on the board.
Tacoma's
back on the field.
Punter kicker there. He's got a leg, man.
Yes, he does. And Bongino's going to get that carry to the right side, gain of around 6.
You knew he wouldn't be quiet for long.
Just a little time.
Oh, he's got a man on the cross. Your mom again?
That's going to be our mom again. There's a flag on the play.
Yeah, it could be holding. I think he's gone. Oh, nice lunge there by the defender.
And it's going to be wiped away. Bongino's feeling a little bit of the pressures there. That's going to set him up with a long conversion here, but there goes Bongino making up for it. All it took was one play, and they're back in first down.
And a nice little juke move there by Bongino. I like it.
Out the man's shoes is where that defender went.
Yeah.
And that's going to be Nick Gunner for that catch. St. Louis trying to add some more points. They give it to the right man, Bongino, getting close to that first down marker.
And look at the stats there for Lockett already. He's got as many touchdowns as incompletions.
So Bongino spin move out the backfield, first down and more.
Block.
And he's got the block.
Ooh,
and he's going to get tackled before getting to the end zone, close to the 20. St. Louis is back in business. Misdirection coming.
Couldn't quite get the blocks set up there. Looked like he just about had the openings, but couldn't quite get it going.
And Bongino wants some more touchdowns there. He got caught up on his line. Couldn't get past it. 3rd and medium coming.
He's definitely got some catching up to do after Moldy Cheese's performance. If you missed it earlier, he had quite the game. Is it 6 total touchdowns is what he ended up with?
Yes, it was. And that is a field goal good for St. Louis. 2-possession game now. And Tacoma needs to get some more moves on that offense there. Almost had that first down, if you remember, just a couple inches shy.
Lewis just about had the lunge, but didn't quite get it over the yard marker.
Now Tacoma is going to set up on offense, see if they can get Darren Eliason open. They're going to toss it to Giovanni Walker instead, and that's going to be the first down for Tacoma.
Good read, good decision by Rebecca there. Another underneath route.
Giovanni Walker is cooking. That's catch number 3 for him up to this point.
Yep, and now they're on the other side of the 50, the side they'd rather be on.
Jackson. And actually, since that carry, that did remind me, Action Jackson is back on the field.
Yeah.
He is now he lost his starting job in the beginning, in the midway point of the season, but now he's back in the starting role. Looks like he's been just laying dormant, if you will, just biding
Yeah.
his time, and he wants to erupt now for the eruption. And you love to see it.
Well, if you're Tacoma, you definitely would like to see him in the backfield because
Yes,
he's the playmaker for sure. And I think they're
indeed.
in field goal range here as we just get the second quarter going, 3rd and 10. Um, but the bot might get close. He does
And he
lunge.
does get it. Does a very nice play there. And Tacoma's drive continues. They're looking to score some points. Toss to the left side, and that's a screen to Action Jackson. Makes the first man miss.
Yeah, that was a nice job
And
making
that's
something out of nothing there. Could have easily been a loss of a lot.
Blue 26.
2nd and 4 coming up. Declined that penalty. It was offsides. Got a man wide open on the right side. So it's left
Lewis.
side, and that's going to be Antonio Lewis for the touchdown. And I did call him out in the beginning.
That man is the league leading receiver. And I don't think he's, I mean, the way Access does their stats, it's a little bit clunky, so they don't separate out receiving and rushing touchdowns, so it's just kind of a total touchdown. But he's got 5
Yes.
touchdowns going into this game. That is number 6 for Antonio Lewis. Great season so far for him, and he is likely going to be one of the few, maybe only receivers to cross the millennium mark this season.
Ready.
At about 3.5 games left to pass that mark, and plenty more juice to actually get those yards. So if there's anybody that could do it, it'd be him.
It probably is
And
Lewis, yep.
And that's going to be a face mask there, and going to give them some more yards. You don't want to give Bongino and them boys some extra yards.
Deep pass.
Speaking of extra yards, you're going
Ooh,
to toss
Lucas
it deep to
Arnold.
Lucas Arnold, and that's going to be a first down. They're back in Tacoma territory.
I thought Lockett had underthrown that, but he put it. I mean, the Lucas Arnold came back to the ball well enough and snagged it from the defender.
Had a little helium on that one.
Yes, sir.
And you
Wide
got a
open
man wide
across
open
him.
once again. That's
Arnold.
Lucas Arnold again.
Puts
And
on
that's
the
going to be a
Jets.
touchdown for St. Louis. But that's going to be
Another
erased.
called back touchdown. Man, we've seen so many of them today.
Green 20.
Unfortunate for these teams, you know, you never want to get those touchdowns taken back. And Bongino's going to try to make those yards back. And it's 3rd and 12.
Go.
They're going to trust on them again. It's one man miss, but not enough for the first, and they're going to have to settle for 3. Could have been 17-7. They'll take 13. That's a nice kick there, 43 yards. St. Louis is getting it closer to a touchdown lead there, but Tacoma's still holding strong.
Yeah, if you're Tacoma, you're very happy with only giving up a field goal there after letting them get deep in on the wrong side of the field, and you know, now you're just a touchdown away from tying, potentially taking the lead. So you're in a good spot if you're Tacoma right here. There's already a flag on the play.
Offside to make it 1st and 5.
Red 16. Red 16. Ready.
One receiver that I expected a little bit more work, and there goes Jackson Jackson. Never
Back
mind.
in
Let
the
me stop
game.
talking about the previous offense. His first touchdown in quite some time. Or
Look
is
at
it his
that.
first?
Action Jackson making a little action happen there for Tacoma. And that gives them
Kick
the
is
lead.
up and good. I was just going to talk about their receivers there. One of them was
Yeah.
being Darren Eliason.
Yeah. You would expect
He
a
has
little bit more
some
from him.
decent. He has some decent stats, but expect a little bit more from actually having all of those. He definitely had one of the more active people with Kyle.
Yeah.
So you expect to actually have all the yards and everything, especially being that number 1 receiver. But
Well, that
so
shows
far
though
he's
that there
been
is
a little bit inconsistent.
there is some. I mean, receiver's tricky because it's kind of dependent on your quarterback play, and then it's also dependent on the playbook and the game strategy, right? So there's a little bit of that factor going on. You know, it's not like they can just chuck it up to him every single play. I mean, they could try, I guess.
Red 16.
Yeah. That was a nice carry by Mike Hawk there. Toss across the right side. Your mom catches it over the linebacker's head, but that once again will be taken back thanks to the holding penalty. Glock is having an amazing game so far. He's going to sit in that pocket, toss to the left side. His second incompletion right there. Second and 20 coming up. St. Louis trying to get the lead back.
Bongino.
Nice spin move by Bongino, but couldn't get too much further.
3rd and long here. Yeah, the penalties are killer, as our boy Game Account here is showing in the chat. Penalties have been probably the big, great equalizer in this game. It definitely could be a lot different had the penalties been different.
Going to be Jimmy Johnson taking that to the 35.
Is he on Tacoma now? I still have him at Oklahoma City. Did he get moved around recently?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay, I'll have to fix my stats then. This is good. You know, I got to figure this stuff out. You know what I mean? Wide open.
There's a man wide open. There's Krieg, and I haven't seen his name called in a while. Krieg, touchdown.
Dang, what a touchdown for Tacoma as the half closes out. That is awesome if you're Tacoma. And yeah, Krieg has been fairly quiet there. But he's not like, you know, down on the bottom of the leaderboard. I mean, he's gotten some action this season. 12 catches, 4 touchdowns, 268 yards going into the game here. So he's definitely, you know, in the game, and makes a big play there to close out the half.
He's definitely one of those splash players that doesn't get talked a lot. There's Lucas Arnold on another catch, but
yeah,
unfortunate for them, no time on the clock.
Arnold's had his fingertips on the game as well. So, all right, that's your halftime score. Much more exciting and closer game than our previous couple. I'm definitely excited about it. What do you think? If you're St. Louis now, you kind of lost some momentum. Obviously, with the box score there, you can see the big second quarter for Tacoma. What kind of adjustments do you make if you're St. Louis right now?
Find more ways to get your playmakers rock. That's mostly the main thing, and let whatever happens at this point. Bongino has been fairly bottled up to this point. Tacoma's done very, very well with keeping him in check, which has kind of stifled their offense. So maybe they try a little bit more in the passing game, see if they can get him on one of those corner routes or something like that. And yeah, that's really about it, because they're nowhere near away from the game. They're just down 8, and with 10 minutes left in the game, there's plenty more time to get their playmakers involved.
Yeah, they're far from it. I wasn't counting them out by any means. I'm just saying, though, just a little adjustment can definitely change the course of the game. So I'm excited to see. You know, I think we forgot to do predictions, or maybe we did. I don't remember who I picked. I think I might have picked St. Louis, but yeah, I guess if you're Tacoma, I think you just keep on keeping on, keep feeding Action Jackson there. Definitely a big playmaker for them right now, and keep swallowing up Bongino. They've actually done a very good job of keeping him contained this game. So let's get the second half underway. What do you say?
Let's do it.
All right. Tacoma to receive the ball. So not only do they score right at the end of the half, now they get a chance to pad the lead a little bit.
This is going to be a very big half for Tacoma. See if they can continue this lead. And Darren Eliason taking up the middle to the 35-yard line, a very respectable return. Setting up in the jumbo set. They're going to give it to that man, Action Jackson. He took a long touchdown earlier.
Yeah, he had, if that D-line didn't break away from the right tackle there, he would have had some major room to run.
And nice tackle there by that defender. 3rd and medium coming. St. Louis could use a stop.
Big stop for St. Louis.
Back to the left side. That's not going to be a stop. That's going to be a first down.
Yeah, Walker.
Giovanni Walker's killing it.
Yeah, good game for Walker for sure.
Catches 54 yards. Action Jackson got some more room. Almost took that one. That's going to be another first down. Tacoma's moving down the field.
Maybe got a little generous ball spot there by Jackson, but nonetheless, a great run by him, and he's been all over this game. 7 for 89 yards. That's what some like 12-yard average or so.
Yes.
So good game for Jackson so far. Unfortunately, everything has kind of been in the shadow of Moldy Cheese tonight, but great game for Tacoma on offense, and they've got a chance to keep increasing their lead here.
Beck Montaigne looking for a man, going to toss to the left side, and there
Jackson.
goes that man again. It falls forward, not quite in the end zone. Not quite there, but they are on the 1 yard line, and they're going to give it to him again to finish it off. Falls forward, did he get it? They're going to give it to him.
Yep.
Tacoma's on the board again.
First touchdown, Jackson breaking the century mark for the night on that last drive. And now, if you're St. Louis, all right, it's go time.
St. Louis going to need to step it up here.
You're down but not out. And I think that dude right there taking the kick return, I think your mom is going to be the key. I think a big pass play. I mean, Bongino obviously is important too as he's making moves there, but when you're down by this, you know, a big pass play can really change the momentum.
Indeed, and almost got the first down, but Tacoma's been very, very sound in their tackling tonight, which is really, really nice to see. Lockett looking for a man. He's going to toss it deep and incomplete.
I saw it too. I saw it, man. Got to get these QBs up to speed. You know, the wide receivers are out progressing their arms as they're fighting for the ball there. That was
yeah, Johnson snagged that from him close to midfield.
Good field position here for Tacoma.
Tacoma's been doing a lot of work in that jumbo set. It's been working out for them. They want to keep that momentum going forward.
Hey, if it ain't broke,
so they got a man on.
Oh, I thought they were gonna. I thought that was Lewis on the cross route. I'm like, that's a surefire big gain there, hitting Lewis. But Lewis has been pretty quiet this game. Speaking of,
Lewis has been buying his time. A bad drop on third down.
But if that's a big break for St. Louis. If you're St. Louis, you love that drop.
That punt looks like it's going into the 20.
Yep, right at it.
On the 20.
Good call. Good call. You got an eye for those kind of things, man.
I've been watching too many of these Sims, I swear. But your mom's going to make that catch. Very nice play for the first down. St. Louis is starting to make some moves here.
Play action.
Block it. Tossed again. Caught by Lucas Arnold.
Arnold having
That's what I said in the beginning. So I said in the beginning, before the second half started, got to get your playmakers involved.
Yeah.
And Bongino is still looking a bit stifled.
Yeah, speaking of playmakers, Bongino really hasn't had the same impact, but, you know, a couple big runs here, like that one looks pretty nice. You know, that's the key. You know, if he can keep getting these solid, like, 6, 7, 8-yard gains and stuff, unlike that, then the play action just becomes really, really effective.
Indeed. And third down stop from Tacoma will get them the ball back again. And that looks like that's going out to 20. I do it twice. Yes, it did. That was an easy one. That was a gimme. But Becca looking for a man, tossing it to a wide open receiver. That's Krieg. There's a flag on the play. And we'll see who actually got it. And that is going to be a holding.
Wow.
And that's going to be taken back.
Big break for St. Louis there.
St. Louis defense is losing the battle on those deep passes, and we just seen it there. Man. Krieg got him again. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did bite him for a long gain, and the third quarter is over.
What a force in Krieg this game. Couple deep shots. That feast or famine is really working for him tonight.
Yes. And Eruption looking to erupt in this final quarter. Action Jackson for a gain of 5, add 15 more to it. Fake the handoff as Rebecca looking for a man. Toss to the left side, a bad drop. And the even worse holding. That's going to be 1st and 20 coming.
Yeah, but that's exactly what you need to see if you're St. Louis. You need to make something happen. You know, the third quarter's over. You
That's a
need to make
fumble on
that
the
happen.
play.
Wow.
And St. Louis got the ball back
23. Red 23.
really quickly after that penalty there. And Nick Lockett's going to try to take advantage. Toss to a deep man. That's Bongino for the first down.
He's not doing much rushing, but has had a couple catches out of the backfield, and that's a big one there.
Most definitely. Nick Lockett looking for a man that looks like that's going to be incomplete. Just a little bit out of bounds there.
That's all right. If you're St. Louis, you cannot have a turnover whatsoever, but you can live with a overthrown ball.
A toss to the left side, and that's incomplete endeavor coverage.
That's dangerous. So now with the sim logic here, of course, they will be going for it on 4th down, but they might not hit 4th down.
I don't think they'll need to.
Wow.
Touchdown, Mike Hawk, and they're going to go for 2. Make it a 7-point game if they get it. They're going to go to Bongino.
Almost
spin move and cannot get it. And it's still 2 possessions.
All right. Defense has got to ball out if you're St. Louis. This is it. I mean, that was a huge touchdown catch, though, by Mike Hawk. And 9-point game as we approach 4 minutes left in the 4th. Oh, he's got him.
Deep,
Eliason.
wide open. There goes that man, Darren Eliason.
We talked about him earlier.
That could be, I think that could be the fork in the back.
Oh, man. I don't know. I don't think the fat lady's singing yet, but she's warming up.
And those vocal cords ready. I'll start, and that's going to push him back a little bit. Kick is up still good, 35-19.
Not what you needed if you're St. Louis. That's a backbreaker. They got to march right down the field and score here.
Most definitely.
There's no other way.
Mom doing the best she can, close to the 20.
I mean, technically,
St. Louis needs a quick score.
Technically, it's a 16-point game, so technically it's only 2 touchdowns. But they're gonna. Oh,
that's not good.
Oh man, I think I hear some lyrics.
I definitely hear those lyrics too.
Oh,
Action
I'm hearing
Jackson's
a lot of lyrics. Oh my goodness.
Action Jackson is gonna take.
Oh no, St. Louis, you had it. Oh man.
St. Louis is reeling right now, and Tacoma's going to crack 40 with that one.
Wow. Big game for Tacoma. 42 points. That's I mean, that would probably be under normal circumstances the most points scored in a night, but of course Charlotte really had no mercy for Oklahoma City earlier with that was a 61-point outing there.
Yes. And there goes Bongino trying to make some moves. He does get the first down. And looking at the stats for Nick Lockett, very good game.
Yeah.
For him. But it has not translated to the scoreboard, and it's shown. And that's another catch by Lucas Arnold. It's going to help their cause to try to come back. They're going to need a lot more than that.
Yes.
Lockett got a man wide open to the right side, and that's another bad drop. Lockett going to toss it to the left side, caught by Nick Gunner. And you're going to continue on with this drive. Tight ends to the left side. Lockett looking. Toss it to the left. And caught by your mom. Snagged him over 2 defenders.
He just mossed on him.
She mossed them on that one. The kick is up and good. We're back to a 42-26 deficit. 2 minutes and 22 seconds, though. They'll definitely need a turnover at this point.
The St. Louis fans in the chat are on a roller coaster of emotions right now.
Indeed.
33, green 33, ready, hike.
They're going to give it to that man, Action Jackson.
That's a good stop. And I think Tacoma's going to call one more play before the 2-minute warning.
Nice call there to the right side. It'll be 3rd and 9. 2 minutes left for St. Louis. They need to stop here.
They absolutely do.
Pass to the
And
right
they get
side,
it.
called by
Nice
Giovanni
tackle in the
Walker,
open
and they
field.
do get it. Very
Nice
nicely
open field
done.
tackle. Yes, there are onside kicks in the game, actually. So technically, it is possible for an onside kick.
Mm-hmm.
Black 8. Black 8.
First and 10, St. Louis needs to make a big play here. Tacoma has been letting up those long passes, so it wouldn't
Yeah.
surprise me. And they're going to test them incomplete.
Not probably the best decision, but I wasn't really happy with the play call, to be honest. There.
Me either. And St. Louis going to
Triple
toss it.
coverage,
Triple
wow.
coverage, no good. And St. Louis is slowly but surely dropping this game if they can't find some consistent offense. There's Bongino.
Couldn't quite get his feet inbounds. This is it. I mean, this fourth down is everything right now.
To the left side, got a man wide open.
Can he get a
Bongino,
block?
he's
He gets
got
a
some
block.
blockers,
Oh, he steps
and
out
he
of bounds.
runs
No!
out of bounds. And this is where some of the young folks will say F in the chat.
F in the chat, indeed, if you're young.
But he
that
does
might
got
be
a
a
deep
W.
man.
Oh, man.
And that's Lucas Arnold getting stopped.
Underthrown.
Nick Lockett.
Yeah.
A toss to the right side. Your mom
touchdown.
Your mom is killing it.
Oh man, this is okay. So they're kicking. They're not going for 2, which I'm not really sure about that. And they're not.
If it was 2, they would have been down 8, right?
Yeah.
They went for 2. They would have. Well, yeah, they would have been down 8. Yeah, that's not good at all. Tacoma's gonna take it
two
though.
Stops. That's gonna be tough with only a minute left, and they only got 1 timeout. But what a great offensive showing on that last possession by St. Louis there. Bongino not really getting it done in the rushing, but showing to be a very effective passing weapon for Nick Lockett.
Got a question for you as everything starts to wind down.
Yeah.
Now we're adding a 4th running back into the fold, Action Jackson.
Yeah.
How do you think he would have fared in regards to like the hierarchy of running backs if he was to have been active in the beginning of the season?
You know, based on this performance, I would probably put him at number 3. I think right now, well, gosh, I don't know. It's really tough because Ulf has been so much more consistent, but I think Action Jackson has been a little bit more explosive as that ends the game there. Tough loss for St. Louis, but I would say in my hierarchy, it's probably Bongino, Cheese, Jacobson, but like Action Jackson, if he played like this game every single game of the season, he probably would be ahead of Ulf in my eyes, I guess. But it's really tough. So kind of how you weigh that explosiveness versus just consistency, because that's what Jacobson gets you. He gets you, steady carries, consistency. Good catching out of the backfield and everything, but Jackson had a great game today, and that's part of the reason why they were able to win. But
most definitely, just answered that question on my side. I'd probably put him number 2.
Really, over Moldy Cheese?
I'd probably put him over Moldy Cheese.
Did you not see the game?
Let me finish.
All right.
No,
all right,
but I'm talking about just what the. He's done the yards and everything like today, but like in the beginning, like he did have that little slide without getting the touchdowns and everything too, punching it in.
Yep.
And when you put all of that into effect, and when you look at it, I think there could be a solid case. There could be a number 2, number 3 matchup there between those 2 in particular.
Yeah.
But either way, you really can't go wrong at number. Like if you was to make that hypothetical, of course that's what we're talking about, is hypotheticals at this point. But there's no hypothetical in this. Week 9 is over.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's recap Week 9. So first game we have an absolute crushing by Charlotte, 61-0, I believe, for that one over Oklahoma City. Next game, then we had Huntington Beach coming out victorious against the Rattlers. Was that 36-3? Is that what I got?
36-3. Mm-hmm.
And then this one, of course, 42-33. But probably the best game of the night, honestly. I mean, Charlotte and Huntington Beach not taking anything away from them. They had really great offensive and defensive performance. But this was a pretty fun game to watch. It was pretty back and forth there, relatively speaking. I think it was mostly sealed up, but St. Louis did try to come back and make it interesting there. And that's a big win if you're Tacoma, because what that does then is now we have a tie record-wise. Arizona 4-5, Huntington Beach 4-5, and Tacoma now 4-5. St. Louis is still 5-4 with the 2 seed, but obviously they're hunting. Everyone's hunting for number 2 because I don't believe anybody's going to catch number 1.
Indeed, yeah, that's why I'm kind of leaning to see as we get to week 10 on Saturday.
Yeah.
Got some good matchups coming up, and we'll reveal them once we get to the schedule. We have that up. I can bring it up real fast.
Yeah, so I got it here. Arizona plays host to St. Louis. So 2 of the losing teams from today are going at it, and that could be big. I think if St. Louis wins, that definitely helps their effort. And then it looks like Tacoma or Charlotte plays host to Tacoma here. So we'll see if Tacoma can take any of that momentum from this big win over St. Louis, maybe the second best team in the league record-wise, or definitely the second best team record-wise, but not sure if they're the second best team playing right now. But see if Tacoma could take in that momentum as they visit Charlotte. And then Huntington Beach visits Oklahoma City. So I expect Huntington Beach to extend their 2-game winning streak to 3 games, as Oklahoma City's looked fairly flat. But we'll see.
It's all one way to find out. I think if you're all set, we can go ahead and wrap up, get set up for week 10. Do a little tweaking.
Yeah.
You know, it's good hearing someone else in the booth.
Yeah,
it's been a pleasure.
It's always fun. It's fun being in the booth, man. I love football and love watching the games. And if you love football and you love watching the games too, definitely sign up and join the league. There are spots for you. There are spots for a lot of people. As we were kind of bashing on Oklahoma City, they are an overflow team, and they could use some talent. And honestly, they're just a few people away from really hitting their stride. So, again, real fun games today. Can't wait for Week 10.
I can't either. And I think we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here. It's been a pleasure. Week 9 is over. And we'll go ahead and get set up for Saturday for week number 10. And this is Stacks the Rex 12. And we'll go ahead and get you all ready for then. See ya.
Yes, sir. Dustillation signing out.